guys, it's Kaylee. Wow, this feels really weird talking to you guys again and being back on camera. I haven't done this in a really long time. I feel a little weird and nervous, so forgive me if I seem a little bit weird in this video. Also, I've been really sick. Like, I had the cold from hell. I don't know if I've ever had a cold that bad before in my life. It was awful. And so yeah, if I sound kind of froggy, a little bit croaky, or a little bit weird, it might be because of that. I'm just now getting over it. I'm still kind of all nice and mucusy, all juicy with the mucus. Hi boys. And I keep feeling like I'm getting lipstick all over my teeth. Maybe I am. I apologize again if that's happening. But yeah, also I just have so many things to be sorry to you guys about. So I'm sorry if this is kind of crooked or my camera's leaning. I got out my tripod out of the box after moving because we've moved like 3 times in the past year. And I'm pretty sure my tripod is bent. It's got like a gangsta lean going on. So yeah, that's why I'm filming in front of my weird little sequin curtain again. And this is going to be my setup for a little while until I'm finished unpacking, because my apartment is just a mess. There's like not really a nice, well-lit place that's clean right now. So this is what I got to work with. But anyway, this is yet again another I'm back video. I feel like I've made like 3 of these in the past year and a half or something. Yeah, so I'm sorry for I keep making videos where I come on and I'm like, hey, I'm back, I want to make more videos, blah blah blah, and then like something happens and I disappear for like months, if not like a year or something. I apologize about that. It's just, you know, life stuff, like life happening. How dare it do that to me. But yeah, that's like, I told you guys all about my meningitis, how I, in late August of last year, I got meningitis. I almost died. I was like starting to go into a coma and septic shock when I was rushed to the emergency room. And luckily I was able to pull through, obviously. But I also had a lot of complications with the treatment from the meningitis, and it just, thankfully I'm pretty much fully recovered. I do have like a few little residual things, and almost like, I don't know what to call it, but it's like almost like a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder, I almost want to say. I don't want to say that for people who actually suffer from it. I know it's like a really serious thing, but it's like I almost have like some residual little post-trauma things from that every now and then. But on the whole, I'm like obviously almost completely better, which is great, because I read from so many people who had meningitis really seriously, really bad, that they have lasting effects for the rest of their lives from it or never fully recover. So I'm very grateful to have fully recovered. But that's one big change you may have noticed right away, is my hair is super short now. Obviously I was growing my hair out for a while. It was relatively long. I made that one, I can't remember if I made a video about it or if I just talked about it on my social media, like the year before last. I think I got a really bad haircut and they cut off a lot of my hair, more than I wanted them to, and I was really upset about it. And so it's kind of weird that in the process of trying to grow it back out, like recently I went out and got my hair all chopped off again. That is because my hair was falling out as an aftermath of the meningitis. My hair was basically just coming out in clumps. Like I would brush my hair and these huge clumps, like fistfuls of hair, were just coming out. So I was obviously freaked out, and I read up on it, and I guess it's a pretty common thing if you go through a serious illness or a really serious like emotional trauma. Like I think we've all heard stories about someone who loses a loved one that they were very close to, or being in a serious accident or something like that, like then their hair all falls out. That's sort of the same thing. I had never heard of it happening in relation to recovering from an illness, But I guess if you had a very serious illness, like basically your body takes all the energy that would go into growing your hair and it directs it into like healing your body and trying to recover from that. So as a result, your hair like just all falls out because like none of the energy is going into like growing it or maintaining it. It all went to, you know, trying to heal your body. So that was kind of traumatic. Like I was getting really patchy. Like it looked really bad. That was part of the reason like I wasn't making videos and stuff for a while. It was just I hated the way I looked and I felt so like embarrassed and ashamed of my hair, which, you know, it sucks. It's nothing I can control. I know I shouldn't really feel ashamed of it, but I did. And I also felt like compounded shame and guilt that I cared so much about it. I don't know if you know what I mean. But like obviously being in the self-love and body positive communities and being in that whole philosophy really hard, it's like I always, when my appearance does start to affect me and I start to feel really, you know, some type of way about it, like sometimes I can get all up in my feelings and feel guilty about feeling bad about it. But the honest truth is, you know, we're all only human, and no matter how much you believe in, you know, body acceptance and self-love and all that stuff, there are going to be days where it's hard and you don't love the way you look or you don't love how you're presenting to the world, and that's okay. It's like, you know, progress, not perfection, that whole kind of thing. But I was fortunate enough to find an amazing hairstylist. She knew exactly what I wanted. She helped me a lot. She gave me this awesome haircut that like still looks cute and stylish, but it like, you know, got rid of a lot of my hair, so I didn't have to worry about, you know, the constant shedding and having patchy parts and stuff like that. So I actually really love it. Most everybody in my life really loves it. I think it's I don't know, it's felt really good. It felt like a new beginning, and it felt like it was the last step in kind of like ridding myself of that whole ugly meningitis part of my life. And like I could start finally healing from the trauma from it a little bit. And also obviously I've been dyeing it and all kinds of crazy stuff, which is why it's kind of this weird mix of purple and gray right now. But yeah, I wanted to check in with you guys, first of all. I'm still really active on my social media accounts, so if anybody follows me on like my Instagram, to a lesser extent on Twitter and stuff, then you probably kind of have been keeping up with what's been going on with me. But obviously I haven't been very active on YouTube, and yeah, a lot of it has to do with life stuff, with me constantly moving or getting ready to move or unpacking, and also like dealing with some of the aftermath and the healing and stuff of recovering from meningitis. But also, to be honest, I've just been kind of discouraged with the state of YouTube recently, and and what it means to be like in my niche, my personal part of YouTube that I was trying to carve out a niche in, which was like the beauty and lifestyle, like fashion, plus size, self-love, like vlogger type of deal. And what I mean by that is, obviously everybody knows about all the crazy shit that's been going on with YouTube, all the demonetization, and how, oh, like if you want to get anywhere on YouTube, you have to make child-friendly content. But now we've decided, because of this whole scandal and shit that people have been telling us about for literally years, now we're going to like take down and demonetize any videos that are child-friendly or have children in them. And it's just like, YouTube, get your shit together, please. But they're making it very, very hard for creators. And so that sucks. And it's kind of leached out what little motivation I had for making videos in the first place. You know, that I've never been a big successful YouTuber. I never expected to be. I don't feel like I deserve to be or anything like that. but I did have like, you know, little bits of positive feedback, and, you know, I could make like a little bit of AdSense money on the side and stuff. And now it's just like, that's all taken away. It's like nobody's seeing my videos, nobody's interacting with them. Nobody knows I exist, really. Like, AdSense is like not a thing anymore. It's like it's almost impossible to make money on YouTube, and that's why everyone has Patreons. So it's like, what is the point, you know? And then on top of all that, like, there have been many times where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. I'm gonna start making YouTube videos in earnest again. And I would check out like lots of other people that are in my little, like I said, my little sphere that I was trying to like squeeze myself into and carve out a niche of my own, and like the beauty and lifestyle, like plus size fashion, you know, body acceptance movement kind of genre of vloggers and on makers and stuff. And I would watch these other influencers and their videos and stuff, and I don't know, it would just send me into like this kind of depression spiral, because so much of it just seems to be about just conspicuous consumerism and stuff that I'm not super into. Like basically you can't make a style or fashion channel if it isn't just, here's my unboxing from this brand, here's my unboxing from that brand, here's me trying on my unboxing from that brand, you know, here's me trying on the latest plus size line from this fashion line. Just continuous consumerism, like just shit tons of crazy money you would have to have, not to mention like how much more expensive plus size clothes usually are than like straight size clothes. I had to pause to cough. But yeah, it was so discouraging. I was like, I can't imagine being like how I was a few years ago when I first started on YouTube. And I guess I did kind of know about this stuff intuitively, and I had an idea about it, and I tried to emulate it to some extent. Like, I did some hauls and I did unboxings and stuff, obviously, but it's like that's all it is now, and it makes me sad. It's like there's so little creativity. Like, I see very little creativity or like originality in like the plus size fashion stuff. It's basically just like, look what I bought, look what I bought, look what I bought, you should buy this stuff too, because they're paying me to tell you that you should buy this stuff. And I don't know, I kind of hate that. I mean, I'm no shade to anybody. I still love like a lot of creators. I learn about where some plus size clothes or brands are that, you know, I wouldn't otherwise have found out about by following people like this. And that's really cool. I'm like, oh, sweet, I love that top or that skirt or whatever. I'm definitely going to check it out, and, you know, maybe I'll buy it. But, and like, I'm not going to shade anyone for getting their hustle on. Like, I love that we live in a time and a place now where like a plus size girl with no professional, you know, history or whatever that I'm aware of can start a blog or start a Facebook, and just because of her, you know, her grind and how hard she's working and how great her pictures and her looks that she puts together are, she's getting paid to like shop for a living or whatever. That's fucking awesome. Like, I'm honestly jealous and kind of envious of that. I wish that was me. But yeah, as just a normal person who isn't a professional blogger, who isn't a professional, you know, video maker, a content creator, who isn't a professional influencer, you know, it's a little bit disheartening to like see that surrounding me. I was trying to think about like if there was even a place on YouTube for me anymore, because so much of YouTube is like kid-friendly content, like gamer content, like the huge beauty gurus who rule everything with their iron fists. Or no, they wouldn't have iron fists. They would have like iron Gucci slides or something. But there's like all this huge stuff, and then like even the more indie, like not as corporate backed, like video makers and stuff that I used to follow and keep close tabs on, it seems like they're sliding more in that direction. It's very much like very polished, curated content, all about consumerism and what you should buy, and you should shop at this place, and this outfit is sponsored by blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I don't know, I just kind of feel left out in the cold. I feel like I blinked or whatever, and then I don't recognize the place I was trying to fit into anymore, if that makes sense. I had to sit back and think about, like, why did I start my YouTube channel? And the honest reason was because I liked to watch, fashion videos, like alternative girl, like fashion videos and outfit videos and things like that. And I didn't see anybody that was doing that was like comparable to my size. Like I saw lots of skinny girls, lots of smaller straight sized girls, lots of goth alternative girls, but I didn't see that many plus size ones. And if I did, they would make like one video and then leave YouTube. And now I kind of understand why that is. But kind of going back to my roots and remembering why I did this in the first place, it kind of renewed my purpose a little bit. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's a bad time to quit. I feel like I should, give it my all and really try. And I was trying to think about, like, there's all this stuff, all these suggestions about how to brand yourself and like, what's your brand? Like, you can't just go willy-nilly and make a channel about like your varied interests and what all you like. You have to pick like one thing and stick to it, which obviously I've never stuck to. My channel has all kinds of different videos and like pretty much none of them are successful, but it's very me that my interests are all over the place and I like lots of different things and I want to make videos about those different things. But I was trying to take some of that, like, useful advice on how to be successful at something and thinking about how rebranding myself. And I was like, well, what if I rebranded myself as like the thrifty plus size alternative goth, fashion channel or whatever? Because I really haven't seen that. It's like there's plenty. There are a few like established alternative plus size like fashion vloggers or video makers or influencers or whatever, but it's all that like, oh, I'm super successful, I make tons of money, so I can buy like these huge hauls of alternative clothing brands, and I can do, or like I'm so successful, I have 1 billion followers on Instagram, so people just send me giant boxes of things. And there's, again, no shade. I know that sounds like I'm being super shady. I'm really not. That's just like, I don't know. That's just like I was just trying to be funny. I'm not trying to like throw shade or be mean to anyone. Like I said, I envy that kind of success. If I ever get to a point where I'm successful enough that people want to send me stuff for free, or like I have like shit tons of money and I can just drop and like buy the whole Killstar store or the whole Dolls Kill store, then like, hell yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. It's just, again, no shade, just me being silly. But my point is that's not me right now. I know, like, there are lots of things, like, I'll post outfits and stuff, and I have lots of little tricks and things I do to, like, make stuff look more expensive or to get what I want, but, like, a discount version of it, or even make my own of things because it's just not available in plus size, and I don't know if anyone will ever make it available in plus size. One example of that is my pentagram chain belt that I made. Like, I get so many compliments and questions about that anytime I post pictures of it. And that just arose from me being like, hey, nobody's making a pentagram belt for fat chicks, and I really want one, and no one's gonna make it, so I'm just gonna have to fucking make one. So I just made one. And people love it. And I feel like I have a lot of knowledge in areas like that of just being crafty, and I kind of have the mindset. I have the very like, I think it's kind of a punk mentality where it's like, oh, fuck you. You're not going to make me what I want. Then I'll make it, you know, I'll bring it into existence. I think that's the direction I'm going to be going in with my channel. I think I want to focus on, I still want to focus on, you know, body acceptance, self-love, all those things that are really important to me. Focusing on mental health and like having a good relationship with your body and all that stuff. And obviously fashion and beauty, those things are like a lot of fun and important to me, and putting together looks, but also like, you know, the thrifty side of it, of like how you can make things, how you can alter things, how you can, you know, maybe you don't have the money to like go to Killstar, or I don't know, or even Hot Topic. Hot Topic's pretty affordable, but some of their things can be kind of pricey. Like maybe, you know, maybe you're like super tight on a budget. Maybe you're really young. Maybe you're a student, you know, whatever, or maybe you live very close to the poverty line like me for most of my life. Like I know there's so many different situations which you are you are an alternative person and you want to express yourself and like live a good life, but you know, you don't have that money. You don't have all the capital to, you know, flaunt your wealth and spend a ton of money on very expensive clothes and even like homemaking. Like I kind of want to get into how to cheaply like kind of deck out your home and make it like all gothy and witchy and alternative if you're into that stuff on a budget. And I really want to do more videos on self-care and what that means and what I like to do for that. And like spa goodies on a budget, like all that kind of good stuff. And maybe get more into, maybe also do more on witchcraft and what that means for me and my practice, and some little spells and little rituals that I like to do, because I have gotten a lot of questions about that in the past. And in the past, I wasn't really a very active witch. I kind of just said I was a witch and I never really did anything witchy other than look witchy. But now I'm very much a witch. I have a lot of beliefs and a lot of practices and little rituals that I engage in almost on a daily basis. So if anybody was interested in that, I know it's becoming more and more of a common thing for more people to return to paganism and kind of doing their own practices, which I think is a really beautiful thing, and kind of defining their own religious beliefs, their own, you know, spiritual practice, which I think is a really beautiful thing. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled for long enough. I think I gave you guys like all the info I wanted to. I'm sorry this was so long and rambly. I didn't have a script. I didn't even have notes written down or anything. I just wanted to tell you guys what's been going on with me, why my hair's suddenly gone. Yeah, like my whole thought process on the direction of YouTube and channels like mine and what I foresee for my channel going forward and all that stuff. And yeah, just leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree with me on the direction of YouTube and like plus size fashion channels, if you agree or not. Let me know if any of my ideas for future videos sound good to you, and if you have any ideas of stuff you would like to see me do. And yeah, I guess just like this video if you did. Leave me a comment, all that good stuff. And oh geez, can I remember my outro? Let's see. Never forget that you are beautiful just the way you are, and to always be yourself. And I will see you in my next video.